am pleased to introduce an innovation on the field of the bone-anchored devices. Traditionally, we have been working with passive TADs, with those mini screws that are bone-anchored and are passive. They are passive receivers of the elastic traction that is going to move the tooth that we want to move, or we ligate. Instead of elastic ligatures, we can ligate coil springs, night-eye coil springs. Those night-eye coil springs, normally we need to place them on the screw and then on the tooth to move. When we stretch the coil spring, this elongation of the coil spring is giving a potential impingement on the cheek of the patient, on the soft tissues of the patient, as well as those coil springs that are so long in the wire, they lose power, they lose potential of movement, and the movement normally is not very efficient in time. So I was wondering, how can we approach an efficient movement on the field of the TADs? How can we upside down the way the TAD is working on the orthodontic treatment? And what we have done is to create an active TAD, an active abutment for bone-anchored devices. Means that we place the screw and then we place an abutment. This abutment is going to be a section with a special shape of night-eye. This section of a special shape of night-eye will be with a certain thickness, and this thickness of this super-elastic material will give us the possibility of moving from a passive standpoint the TAD into an active player on the orthodontic treatment as the element to do the traction. The TAD will be the one that will do the traction. For instance, if we want to distalize the posterior segments, we will have a boomerang shape of this active abutment. This will give us the possibility of ligating onto the tooth that we want to distalize, and then when the TAD is becoming stiff by the means of changing from the austenitic to a martensitic stage, bam, we will have the movement of the posterior segments into distalization. Same will happen on the intrusion. If we want to intrude an anterior segment, then we can have a V-shaped active abutments, and those V-shaped active abutments will be activated by means of flattening their shape, but when they are heated, we'll leave the anterior easily without the need of change or accomplishment of changing the elastic chain that normally suffers creeping and deformation and loss of power. So now this is an active abutment for TADs, and I hope you like it. See you in Philadelphia. Bye-bye now.